Oh, we are live, Steve.
Right there. Hi, everyone. This is my first live stream. This is so.
Steve, I'm delighted. I'm absolutely delighted you are there. Um, Firstly, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on board this week.
Thank you.
Episode 2 of the Vinyl Whistle. I know we're going to be joined by some other special guests as the evening kind of unfolds, but delighted that you could join. Steve, you're a person of very eclectic tastes.
I am. Yes, I am.
Eclectic, yep.
I listen to all sorts of music. Ranging. I initially started out as a bit of a rock fan. I was during punk when I started buying records. So as I got older, other influences. You meet other people. You get to see their record collection and their tastes. They start influencing you. So, yeah, I do steer towards the rock. I'm a particular fan of 70s rock. I'm of that era. Oh, I'm of that
Look who's
era
dropped
where
in.
I grew up top of the pops in the 70s. I was too young for old grey whistle test though. 11 o'clock at night, and the old grey whistle test in those days, it didn't have a set time for finishing. So if a band wanted to wig out and jam out towards the end of the program, the BBC let it, and if it meant closing down at BBC Two at 1 o'clock in the morning, so be it.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Was it live, Steve?
yeah.
Was
Well,
it live? I didn't know that.
it was the famous one is the Lynyrd Skynyrd concert when they did Freebird to close it, and it just went on it. I think they half expected Freebird to be just like 3 minutes, and they'll just close that. But they was so into it, they just let it carry on and finish. But yeah, it used to be that the Old Grey Whistle test in the 70s, it was live. It was the last program on BBC Two, and it just finished whenever the band finished, stopped playing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Right. Well, Steve, just while you were speaking, I don't know if you could see what was happening there, but the guys were just dropping in. Look, could you see?
Yes, I can see John. I can see Brian. I can see Rob. Hey, Rob.
So yeah, let me give you a proper introduction now that we've actually all managed to get on. I don't know what happened with the stream link there, but we're here. So welcome, guys. Welcome along to the Vinyl Whistle. It kind of sounds like a pub or something like that. And basically, the idea of this is it's a chance to get together on a Friday, talk a wee bit about sport, a bit about obviously a lot about music. The two worlds will collide. And joining us tonight, we've got Steve, who was talking to earlier on. Steve, I think I'm right in saying you are a 9-year veteran of the VC. Is that about right?
10 years at the end of the
10
month.
years. A decade in the VC.
I
Remarkable.
know. You get less for murder.
Well, you definitely do. Eclectic taste, passionate football fan. I think we'll get to hear all about your relationship with the mighty Sadler shortly. So delighted to have you on. Beside you, Steve, where I'm looking, we've got John. John, one of the most popular members of the VC, without a question of a doubt, I think.
Do you hear that, Rob? You hear that, Rob? Most popular. You get that?
John's renowned.
He's a legend. He's a legend in his own mind, isn't he?
Look behind John. Look at that. There's a remarkable record collection that he's assembled there. Magnificent musical taste, and I think packing the most funk in the VC trunk. It's John, the 6-inch pianist. How are you?
What you got to say about that, Rob? You got to add anything there, mate?
You know, I'm always embarrassed by people who sit in front of a load of records.
Got nowhere to sit. The records everywhere.
It's just festooned with records. Below John, a massive special welcome here, Brian. I'm so delighted. There's no way you've had your breakfast yet, Brian, have you?
I've just rolled out of bed. It's 20 past 6 in the morning.
What a guy!
Sun's about to come up.
Wow.
What a guy!
Where else would you be?
I think that's just it's just beyond remarkable. I'm delighted. So it's just after 6:30 in the morning down there, Brian. We're just starting our Friday night. You've had yours. I hope it was a good one. And thank you for joining us, Brian, from the Institute of Pop.
An absolute pleasure. Great to be here
Yeah.
and meeting everybody.
Yeah, delighted to be able to talk to you live for the first time ever as well. I can see the
Yes.
couple of guitars there. I know you're a man of huge musical talents, actually. Recently, you displayed your Scottish rapping skills.
You cannot turn me up like this and put a key in my back and expect me to go into this Scottish accent. I'm losing it. Usually I go into Schwarzenegger at this point.
See, you did it already. You were somewhere from Glasgow, Vienna, and Delhi all in one in about 3 sentences. I thought it was great.
I'm just
And I
trying to
support
show
it.
up these Scottish pretenders on the VC.
Well, there's
So
only-
like
there's only a couple-
like you're not a
Yeah.
real Scotsman. I'm not a real VC member. I have no records at all. So
Listen, don't you worry about that, Brian. I'm in my kitchen. I've got quite a few records down there, but not like John. Look at that wall. And then, last but not least, this is a man who actually needs, in my opinion, no introduction at all. There is only one, Rob Walker.
Well, there isn't actually. There's loads of them, but
That's true. Last week, Rob was talking about a guy who he was doing a trial on your behalf, wasn't he? A football trial under your name.
oh yeah. Are we gonna go there again?
Yeah, no, I really do. I want to go there. Rob told some amazing stories last week, and I'm hoping to get some more, particularly about things like Subbuteo and Spiral Carpets.
We should have a VC Subbuteo tournament.
Yeah.
Oh,
We should do
looking
that.
at
That'd be good, that wouldn't it?
Do you know, there's actually, that kind of reminds me, maybe I should get this, I'll quickly do this. I've got a wee bit of housekeeping I wanted to do before we get really into it. So on behalf of Gav, let me fire this wee slide up. So I wanted to, I don't know how many people are planning getting involved, and some of you are already signed up for this, I think. I've signed up. I've got myself a little team. So basically, last year I know Gav, Axeman Spins. He was all over the Fantasy Football League in the VC, and I think lots of people took part. There's a week to get involved again. It obviously kicks off next week because the Premier League starts next Friday. So I think you've got between now and
No,
Ah,
6:30.
In it 2 weeks. Premier
it's
League.
2 weeks. It's
2
the
weeks, yeah.
EFL that starts next week.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. So you get plenty of time then.
Yeah.
And hopefully loads of people will get themselves a little team there. Rob, am I right in saying you won it last year?
Yeah, managed to win last year.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
But it spoils the enjoyment of the Premier League, though, if you're involved in it.
Yeah.
It's a double-edged sword, really.
Yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
a good job we don't follow teams in the Premier League, isn't it, Rob?
I know, yeah.
Well, that's the thing, and hopefully we'll get to talk about that now, I suppose. So basically, last week was great. It was great fun last week, and I expect the same again. It was a combination of chat about sport and what made you a fan of the team that you supported. That was great. It was great to hear all that interesting stories related to the teams that you support, and then records started to be shown. It was an interesting blend of stories, a few laughs, and plenty of records. A few surprises along the road, I suppose. So last week Fitz was here from Canada, and he was talking about his passion for a baseball team and an ice hockey team. Really pleased that Brian, I know Brian, I don't think you're a big football fan, but you're a massive music fan and sports fan as well. So can chat about your team. We'll let you get onto that shortly. So I don't know who wants to kick off. I sent you a little kind of questions to think about. I can bring them up if you want. Just about the team that you support, how you get into them. We'll bring this up just to get started. See if you can see it. I don't know if you can all read that okay.
Yep.
I mentioned that Steve is a fan of Walsall.
Yep. For my sins.
Yeah, off to a winning start this season, Steve.
Yeah, good win last night. That was considering
So they-
Bristol City had all the pressure, considering it's a new set of players put together, didn't panic, took the goal well. Looks promising for this season. We'll see how it goes. Might not say the same after next Saturday if they lose to Gillingham, but there you go.
Who's managing, Steve?
Lee Grant, the old Huddersfield manager.
Oh yeah, the guy who failed at Huddersfield is going to go and fail at Walsall. Yeah, get it.
Yeah.
Got a Scottish striker, I think, scored the goal the other night. Is that right?
Yeah.
Presley.
Aaron Presley.
Yeah, son of Stephen. Stephen's the.
Oh,
He's been all over the place. Yeah.
You know, you're getting old when there's so many players now who you used to watch, and the
That's
sons are now playing.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve, how did coming from where you're coming from? What got you into Walsall?
I would have been about 15 when I started following them. I didn't really latch onto a team until then, and then the previous season, Walsall got promoted from the old Division 4 to Division 3, and I thought, well, I'll give them a try. So it's school holidays. I went to the first match at home, which was against Burnley. Burnley had just gone down for the first time into Division 3, and enjoyed it that much. I went to see him play at Brentford. Then I started going to the Old Fellows Park. Easy to get to. It's just 2 trains from where I live. I just sort of enjoyed it. I like that small club mentality. I think it's something that I quite like. Your own little thing, sort of thing. It's like a band. You discover a band that nobody else really knows, and you feel like you own it's part of you. You own it. I don't go to many matches. Haven't been for years. My Saturdays are quite busy, helping out in the mornings at Oxfam, and then helping my friend Pete out at his record shop in the afternoon. So my chances to go and actually see the games are quite limited. But I have got some experiences of going to, especially the Bescott. I just enjoy Walsall. It's just one of those clubs that I enjoy it. It's hard to say. You try and describe it to a bit someone that follows a big team. I could have followed the Villa. Villa are nearer to me. In fact, the first games of football I went to was walking from my nan and granddad's in Erdington to Villa Park, just following the 28 bus route.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, the first game was Aston Villa versus Swindon Town when Villa were in Division 3.
Well, yeah, remember that. Was that about 73, that?
That'll be 72, yeah, 72.
Yeah.
Don Rogers was still playing for Swindon.
Yeah, Don Rogers, yeah. Didn't they win the League Cup in 69 or something?
Yeah, when Swindon beat Arsenal.
Didn't they beat QPR? Weren't it QPR? No.
No, it was Arsenal because Bobby Gould was playing for Arsenal.
Who?
Bobby Gould was playing for Arsenal. He scored for him.
Ah, right, okay.
I can totally relate to that. I think that idea of supporting the smaller team when you've got the bigger ones, significantly bigger ones, quite close to you, Steve, where you're at, it's quite interesting, isn't it? Especially when, unfortunately, going to watch that team, they're not actually. When you talk about the glory years, where are the glory years if you're a Walsall fan?
Few and far between.
Yeah.
I mean, the season we got to the semi-final of the Milk Cup, where Liverpool played, we drew at Anfield in the first leg, and the fans were convinced that we were going to have Liverpool when they came back to the second leg at Fellas Park. Yeah. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, and the wall collapsed as well at the same time. But you live off those days. It's like Rob with Oldham when you were the First Division Premier League club.
What year was that then, Steve?
84. 83, 84.
Who was your star players in that team?
Oh, let's see. Caswell. Who else? Craig Shakespeare was playing for us.
Ah,
at
yeah,
that
I
time.
remember him. Yeah, he went to West
The
Brom.
Leicester.
Yeah, Shakespeare. Who else? I'm trying to think. Alistair Brown. He was playing for us. Yeah. In fact,
What,
he scored against them.
the old West Brom striker?
Yeah, yeah.
All right,
He,
yeah.
he was playing for us at the time. Lee Sinnott.
Oh, yeah, he played for Oldham.
He'd just gone to Watford at that point.
That's right. Played in the cup final.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, Steve, for this season? Is it a season where you're expecting good things out of the team?
Well, considering the last two seasons at Christmas, we were top of the league and still not got promoted. I just wanted to stay and make sure we're competitive. That's all. The last thing I want is them to be fighting for relegation, because if they get relegated, it's a tough. The National League's a tough league to get out, as you know, Rob.
Horrible.
It's they just got to be competitive. The problem is with clubs like Walsall, clubs like Oldham, they rely a lot on loan players. You get your loan player in for the season. If he's doing well, come January, the parent club will have him back and loan him out to someone else for more money.
That happened to you, wasn't it, when you got that guy from Stoke and he
Yeah.
did well?
Nathan Lowe, yeah.
That's right, yeah.
Stoke had him back. Played one
Did
game
he?
for Stoke. He didn't do anything. He played at Stockport last season. He's
Didn't
at
do
Hibernian this season.
Is that where he's gone now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve, I had a look at the Walsall squad just to see if there was anyone I recognised, and I did recognise the lad that scored the goal yesterday. But it looks like you've got. Am I right in saying there's a couple of international players? There's a Jamaican.
Yeah.
Lads that are playing for their country. Is that right?
Yeah, we've got a couple of internationals. You know, technically, we could have an international break, a week off next international break.
Not are they just back from the World Cup? I don't know.
No, I don't think any of our players went to the World Cup. Yeah, we've got a few ex-Villa players. We've got Albert Adoma. You know, John might remember him. Uncle Albert. Uncle Albert, as he's known because of his age.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Cool.
He did
Cool,
well at the
Steve,
Villa.
thanks for that. And I'll start to watch Walsall with interest now that I know there's a bit of interest there. I'll get a hold of that. How about you, Brian? I want to welcome you in properly. If you're bleary-eyed down under, how are you?
Good. I'm
good.
really well.
Good.
So my sporting experience is that I'm a San Francisco Giants supporter. And that all came about because in 2006, I went to the home ground in San Francisco, which is the most amazingly beautiful ballpark anywhere in the world. And it was a day then that have you heard of Barry Bonds? He's the all-time home run leader, but also probably a massive doper as well.
Yeah.
But went to see him, and he played on that day, and he hit a ball into the water, which was a foul ball. Anyway, so that got me into it, and then sort of stuck with it. And in 2010, 12 and 14, they won the World Series, and we've done nothing since. And so in terms of how this is looking for this year, we're already out of it, completely out of it. We've sold a bunch of players because we're at the halfway mark. And we got rid of either you buy or you sell at the halfway mark, and we've just sold everybody. I looked at the lineup for today's game, and there's virtually nobody in there I know. Anyway, I'm a massive Hunter Pence fan. There he is, not a bobblehead, but a bobble glove, and that's him going into the wall in the World Series. I think.
Can I have a wee look at that, Brian? I'm going to maximise you there. Cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
so it's a bobble mitt. And he was backing it. We've got these archways in the ballpark and netting there, and he went straight into the net and clunked it, but he held on to the catch. So that's pretty amazing.
Superb. First bit of merch out. It's 19 minutes in. The merch is out. I love it.
I got to have it. Got to have it.
No,
So I did put something together if my team was a record, and I thought I could go very easily with the Grateful. Whoops.
bring it up.
That's much better, isn't it? Grateful Dead's first album. I mean, this is obvious. I think the Dead probably performed the national anthem at the ballpark more than any other team. That's a great album. I love it. I'm one of the few people who would rate that as my favorite Grateful Dead. But this is where the money is, I think, in terms of the whole of the first side is the song Dark Star, which is absolutely legendary. But it's not enough for me, so I decided I needed a team with giants in it. So I went Sad Lovers and Giants. I'm sure you guys are all familiar with this. I love this band so much. So we've got the Giants in. I'm just trying to get back to Watford. I was trying to get it over to Scotland or the Midlands or Manchester or what is it, Midlands or
Yes.
Manchester, but I couldn't.
Yes.
And there's the follow up there. Both of those albums are incredibly brilliant as far as I'm concerned. What a 1-2 opening punch. But I've also had a moment of weakness that way back in the day, I remember this team winning 2 FA Cups. I think they were back to back. And so for my sins, I've watched this team basically get 7th every year, except for this year when they, of course, almost got relegated. And that's Tottenham. A mate of mine was going over, and I asked him to get one. But when I was about 20, I was over there for an extended time, and I seemed to spend an inordinate amount of time stumbling or walking up Tottenham Court Road between pubs, I think it was, and loved it. So that's how I became a Tottenham supporter, and should probably keep Ange Postecoglou away from it. Anyway.
Well, look at that. There you are, Simon. How are you? Just after
Yeah,
seeing
well,
Brian
thank you.
showing off some.
Yeah,
How do you
pleased
feel
to hear he's a
about that?
Tottenham fan. Not the 31 here.
Brian, that was brilliant. You've shown merch from totally different sports teams, 3 or 4 records already. You're on fire there. That's tremendous.
Well, that's what happens, my little sonny, when you get down to Australia and we play a bit of tough ball. We get in there early.
Superb. I'm playing the kind of longer game. Last time it took me about 3 hours and I showed 1 record, but I'm so happy you're there. So listen, your thoughts on the season not looking good, would you say, for the Giants?
It's a horrible thing. I mean, you guys, how many games do they play in the Premier League?
38.
38. Baseball plays 162 a season, and that's not including the playoffs. And it's a horrible feeling when you get to about 30 games and you've still got 130 to go and you realise pretty much your team's not going to make it that year. So that's where we're at the moment. We've gone into this rebuild and looking forward to about 2 years of doing nothing, and hopefully we'll get better towards the end. I've got a track record of supporting teams which don't do that well at certain times. There was a rugby league team called the North Sydney Bears. There's Tottenham. Who else do I support, which is dreadful? Anyway, I'm like a bad omen to anybody who takes me on. But my beloved North Sydney Bears rugby league team, they're sort of coming back as now the Perth Bears. So they've gone to the opposite side of the country. And luckily enough, I have family in Perth, so I can support the Perth Bears. So that's what I'm looking forward to this year.
I think if you have a team that you support in one sort of sport that's not very good, it's always quite good to try and find a good one in another sport. If you're following poor teams from sort of baseball, rugby league, football, etc., you're doing something wrong, aren't you, Brian?
Doing something wrong. I know. Back in the 70s, so if we want to watch the Premier League, we have to pay for it and stream it, online and pay for it and all that sort of stuff. Back in the 70s, we had every Monday night was an hour of Premier League highlights.
Yeah.
And it was one of the best hours you could ever want to spend. Mm-hmm. So I wish we had that sort of access as well to the EPL. Mm-hmm. I spent a lot of time watching the World Cup, I must admit.
Yeah. Australia did okay, didn't they?
Well, they're okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Just like Scotland, pretty much, I think.
Yeah. No. You're not over that. No.
A mate of mine went over to see a game of Scotland in the World Cup, and he had 4 children with him, and he said for 5 bottles of water it cost $100.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
The thing with Australia is they are quite good at some sports, whereas, as far as I'm aware, Scotland, apart from curling, I think they're struggling. Yeah,
we're good at curling. We're good at sports that are indoors. Things like snooker, darts.
Yeah, Stephen Hendry, darts.
It's to do with the weather. It's difficult to practice for sport if it's pouring down with rain all the time. You guys are having a drought down there.
Is our snooker and dart sports, or are they games?
Oh wait,
Pastimes.
we
Pastimes,
discussed
yeah,
this last week.
Yeah, we had
Apparently, it depends if you sweat during the act of the activity. I think that's David Atkinson's definition of a sport. If you sweat,
Jockey
So that
Wilson
was-
used to sweat on the dartboard on the hockey.
he
did,
was sweat.
yeah.
He had the beer. It was the kind of beer sweats he had, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
John, over to you. What about,
Well,
what about your
I'm a
team?
Villa fan. So
Villa fan.
yeah. So I'm a Villa fan because my dad was a Villa fan. That's the way it works. My dad was born just a few streets away from the Villa ground. Sort of lifelong Villa fan. So I sort of automatically became a Villa fan. You know, I used to be a season ticket holder, but when my son was born, I knocked it on the head. Just didn't have the time. But yeah, I think I saw the greatest ever Premier League goal. Unfortunately, it wasn't for Aston Villa. It was against Aston Villa. I went to Old Trafford, and it was that goal where Rooney puts a long ball over the top from the halfway line, and
Van Persie.
hits on
Yeah.
the volley over. Yeah, I mean that was just an incredible goal. That was, but I was in the Villa end for that, and
Yeah.
but a brilliant goal. Yeah, but yeah, so I mean we're doing all right at the moment, and we've qualified for the Champions League. I think we've got the best manager in the Premier League now that Pep's gone. I don't think there's a better manager in the Premier League than Emery. Don't know what you think about that, but you know, quality. Look what he's won. Look what he's done. Fantastic.
Yeah.
And he's got a team. You know, our previous manager was Steven Gerrard, a complete joker.
Yeah.
You know, we're just above relegation, and straight away he turned us around into a European qualifying team, and we've qualified for Europe every year in one form or other. We've got a good squad. He's got the best out of some of those players. And he seems to manage the team very well. So each year, Steve was talking about loan players. We rely really heavily on loan players every year. So when we were last in the Champions League 2 years ago, we brought in Rashford and Asensio. Last year we brought in Sancho. He wasn't as good, but we've been bringing in those sort of quality players to strengthen the squad, to give us more of a chance against, you know, in the various competitions that we're in. So I think he's doing a really good job of managing the whole thing. The issue that we've got is money and the rules that are, you know, sort of hamstring us a little bit.
Yeah.
So you know, it's like we've just sold Morgan Rogers, but the new rules say that we can only, I think it's about 30% of the sale price we can use to offset, you know, to meet the criteria now. So it's a bit of a farce, really, unless you're one of the big clubs. But it's we're doing well. We're doing really well. I mean, I saw us. I was a season ticket holder when we went down to the Championship. I didn't see us playing when we were in the old third division, the League One it is now. But I mean, I think a lot of credit should go to one of our former managers, Dean Smith, who was previously at Walsall as well. A lot of the squad that we've got now was built up by Smith. And that game we got into the playoff final at Wembley against Derby, and we won 1-0. Grealish scored for us.
Yeah.
I don't think people realise just what a big goal that was.
Yeah.
If we'd have lost that game, it would have been a fire sale. We could have been right in the shit, you know. I think we just dropped down the divisions, but that got us back into the Premier League, and that's where we are now. So, but it's good times to be a Villa fan at the minute.
Yeah. So what are you thinking for the season ahead, John? As you said, you've lost Rodgers. I think you've lost a couple of decent. You've lost the boy to Man United as well.
Yeah, we lost Tielemans. I mean, his quality. I mean, we've got good players to replace him, but we need to strengthen the squad.
Yeah,
absolutely. Particularly playing in the Champions League with a number of games. And I'm sure there will be more players come in. We brought in Garnacho. I'm not sure about that, but see what happens. I mean, that could be a disaster, but it could be inspired if he gets him playing.
There's the guy, the big signing you've got is the boy from Switzerland, isn't it? In the World Cup, he seemed to be someone a few teams were after.
Yeah, so he's looking good. He'll play that sort of number 10 role to fill in for Rodgers, I think. So, and we bought Gomez from Wolves.
Yeah. Oh, he's a good player.
Yeah, he'll sit next to Kamara. I think Kamara as a holding midfield player is one of the best in the Premier League. So a starting 11, we still look good, but we need to strengthen.
Yeah, definitely.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
Interesting to see how you get on, actually, I think. Now, Simon, I'm delighted you could join us tonight. I'm really pleased you've
Thank you.
popped in.
Pleased to be here.
Brian mentioned he's a bit of a soft spot for Spurs. My dad is a Spurs fan as well, so I've probably got a little soft spot because he used to come up to the house all the time to make me put Sky Sports on because Spurs were playing. So I've watched a lot of Spurs games. Actually took him to a couple of games as well. So how are you doing, and what's kind of made you a Spurs fan, and what are you thinking about the season? Tell me about that.
Well, very well, thank you for starters. How about yourself? What made me a Spurs fan was my father, who started supporting Spurs in the early 60s in their heyday, 60-61 season, when they were the first to win the double of the last century, English club. And it's just, I think everyone in the family, it's been a mixture actually. Most of the sort of direct family are Spurs fans, but like uncles and aunts and like that have been Arsenal fans, so it's been had that bit of a rivalry as I've been growing up, But yeah, I fell in love with Spurs as a kid growing up. Won the FA Cup in '91, and with Gazza and Lineker, and we've had great players over the years. Klinsmann. Who else we had? Sheringham. We've always had great players. David Ginola. Just these class players. But we don't seem to have that at the moment. It's been a few seasons since we've had someone of that kind of calibre. I don't think anyone's really taken the helm of either Gareth Bale or Kane as of yet. But I'm hoping someone will come along and take that role, but we'll see.
Yeah, your connection's a little bit dodgy there, Simon. When you're talking, I don't know if there's something with the audio.
Right, it does seem a little bit echoey when I came in.
Yeah. Spurs to me they've always had that, like you said, they've always had a lot of flair players. But yeah, the last couple of seasons must have been pretty tough watching. I think ever since, for me, it's been Pochettino. I enjoyed watching the Pochettino Spurs team. But after he left, it seems to it's gone downhill pretty rapidly, hasn't it?
It has. I'll say the best era was Poch when he came in with that high press play. But it was the transaction of us playing at Wembley for a couple of seasons as the new stadium was being built, and I don't think really. Well, I think it was one season we didn't get any players, and I think the team suffered, and which led to his sacking, unfortunately. But I'm pretty amazed how for the last 20 odd years how Levy has been so tight buying players and selling players that now we're going to spend over 100 million, on almost 2 or 3 cases or 3 players, just like that. And so I'm a little bit more optimistic that now that we've broken that kind of threshold, that we could go on and get a few more players and maybe start challenging. Who knows?
Yeah. Actually, I was watching a podcast, and they were going through the various teams talking about who's done the best recruitment so far, and actually the vibe was that Tottenham have done really well in the transfer market.
They have. Yeah.
Of all the teams in the Premier League, and I don't know what the rest of you who are following the football think about that in terms of. I know, John, you were saying you think there'll be a bit more business done. There'll be loads more business done, I'm sure, but at this point in time, who you think looks in the best shape for the league? Who wants to talk to that?
I think at the moment, Arsenal have got to be because they've got they've got to be favourites for the league again because they've got a settled setup there. Whereas both Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool all got new managers coming in. Sort of a new regime, changing things up again, new style of play. It's not going to be easy from the from the start of the season to sort of hit the ground running. Whereas I think Arsenal will. I think a lot of the time, though, I mean, as football fans, we all do the same thing. It's our expectations, isn't it? So, and I think we almost talk ourselves into the corner. So I'm interested with Simon being on and Brian both being Spurs fans, because for me, Spurs aren't a big club anymore. They were a big club, but now they're not one of the big, the big Premier League clubs anymore. They're a mid-table club, and it's the same with likes of West Ham. West Ham talk about playing the West Ham way, whatever. That's great, but you want to win football games, and they had a manager in David Moyes, sorry, who was, he won games. He didn't have the prettiest style of football, but it wasn't good enough for the West Ham fans, and they ended up going down on the back of it because they got rid of him. So I don't know. I sometimes think that football fans are their own worst enemy, really. As that sort of expectation which doesn't really meet what the club is.
I think some of them, there's a sense of entitlement. It's almost like it's like the Chelsea fans last season, where we are Chelsea. We should be higher than this. Why are we hiring Liam Rosenior?
But that was a strange appointment, though, Steve, wasn't it?
It was. I mean, I don't blame Rosenior for taking the job. I think if they'd offered me the job, I'd have taken it. But
I'd like to see that, Steve.
Well,
you'd have done a better job, Steve.
Probably would have done.
That's because he was part of the kind of company, wasn't he?
I think the top six did just where they fall into their positions. I think it goes beyond where teams finish. I think it's the size of the club, its fan base and its structure and how rich these clubs are, which puts them in that top six.
Yeah.
I mean, going back to the...
You're breaking up quite a lot when you're talking there. I don't know if you could maybe see if you could check that and pop back, maybe. You're breaking up when you speak.
Right. Log out and come back in.
Yeah, cool, man. Do that. Log in and come out.
As I was saying about sense of entitlement, there was a rumour that going around the end of last season that Sunderland, if they had not qualified for Europe, would have sacked the manager.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Considering what he'd done.
Yeah.
Is that to do with the money that flies around those clubs, though? Like Steve, you're a Walsall fan. I'm a Morton fan. We don't have that. And Rob, with his Oldham hat on, you don't get that sense of we have to do this or that. It's almost like that's not the universe we work in or play in.
No, but even in League Two, you've got a hierarchy of clubs who expect to spend a certain amount of money. It's all relative, isn't it? So, I'll speak to my mates who are Oldham fans, and we're looking at Tranmere and saying, why are they signing Tom Ince and Will Vaux, and we're getting players on loan from Bolton? So it's all relative, isn't it? I think with Aston Villa, I think John's right when he says they've probably got the best manager. His track record proves that, doesn't it? But I think they might, with the Champions League and the way the squad is at the moment, definitely need some reinforcements. But as you say, I don't know if there's any rumours about if they're going to sign anyone who's sort of Premier League proven. I know they come with a price tag, but
see, what I think will happen, Rob, is that we'll probably get another couple more players in, and you'll see us. And what we've done the last few years, we've strengthened in January again on loans. Yeah. So if we're still in the European competitions come January, that's what he'll do. He'll bring in more loan players just for the last 6 months, and we'll lose them again in the summer. And that's just down to financial restrictions, isn't it? But
it seems really unfair, the financial restrictions. I think Newcastle have had a similar.
They have,
they had to sell Elliot Anderson, and then he's gone on to sign for City. You had to sell Ramsey, and he's gone up to Newcastle. You seem to have to sell your young players, don't you, these days, to sort of keep within the guidelines?
Yeah.
I'm surprised that neither Villa and Newcastle have not legally challenged this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's really
well,
affected Newcastle.
I think the
hasn't it?
problem is, Steve, is I think we've actually signed up to it, because
Yeah.
the new regulations that come in, we've actually said, yeah, we'll go with so we've actually agreed to follow these restrictions now. I mean, from the Villa's point of view, we've breached them for the last 2 years. If we breach them again, what realistically could happen is that we could be banned from European competition for a year. And we've only breached them slightly. We thought, I don't know, it might be £1 million or £2 million. You're not talking, Chelsea money or anything, but it's that whole thing about juggling money and selling players at the right time to get them the money in before a deadline, and it's just missing it by so many days and whatever. But ultimately, we haven't complied. So, if that happens again, we could miss out on European football next season, for example.
Yeah.
It's better to be not in Europe. It's less of a restriction not in Europe than when you are in Europe.
You're breaking up.
Say that again, Simon.
Break it up.
Yeah, you're breaking up again. Sorry.
Right. I don't know
Sure.
what the problem is.
No. I can hear everyone else okay. I'm not sure if it's your...
I don't know any problems.
No. Everyone else is coming through pretty loud.
Can I ask a question? Because in the EPL, you have, it's one of the few sporting competitions in the world, the big ones that have relegation. How do you guys feel about that? Because I think it makes it pretty exciting. How do you guys feel about it?
It depends if you've been relegated. That changes things a little bit, Brian.
It was almost worth watching Tottenham last year.
Yeah, if you don't have relegation,
I mean, relegation. I mean, to be a fan of a club that is relegated. I mean, that's hard because particularly going down from the Premier League into the Championship. The Championship is such a tough division. Trying to get out of them. I mean, West Ham went down last year. They could really struggle getting back up. Wolves as well, which have traditionally been Premier League clubs, for a good number of years. They could quite easily be stuck in there for, years.
No, but I can't imagine a world where there is no relegation. I know a lot of American owners, they'd love to push through something like that. And I'm sure that the majority of Premier League clubs would love no relegation if you ask them now. But it's unimaginable, isn't it, to have a Premier League without any relegation? So many of the games would just be pointless, wouldn't they?
I mean, it's normally the thing that's has yet to be set, the last thing to be settled at the season, like this season. We went into the last games. The only thing that needed to be settled was whether it was Tottenham or West Ham who were going to get relegated. Yeah. The championship had already been sorted.
Yeah.
You don't have playoffs, do you? So
we do have playoffs, but not for relegation.
Not for relegation.
Right.
No.
Yeah, I think that's something they could look at bringing in, though. By the way, I think the team that comes third bottom in the Premier League, if they were to play off with a team that maybe wins the playoffs, that could be quite an interesting game. But they've already expanded the playoffs, haven't they, in the Championship to seven teams instead of 4, or is it 6 teams? I can't remember.
6 teams, yeah.
So Rob, how about if you had a playoff at the bottom of the table from, so the team that comes 18th, 17th, 16th, and 15th. Those 4 teams going into the equivalent of the playoff that's at the top end of the Championship. You know, so you basically got those 4 play. You have two semi-finals and then a final, or however you want to do it. But somebody goes down out of those 4. I don't know how it would work, but that might be quite interesting, wouldn't it? Yeah,
it would be, but I'm not sure whether teams would vote for that. But I know when the playoffs started in '87, they actually had the team that was in Division 1 in the playoffs, because that year we were in the playoffs, and I think Leeds ended up playing Charlton.
Yes, I remember that.
Charlton. Yeah. So it was thought of as a good idea initially, but they kind of moved away from that. But it's certainly, the only thing is, sort of expands the season, doesn't it? And when you've got a World Cup or a European Championship, the season can end up lasting. I mean, it lasts long enough as it is, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, season's
Yeah.
too long, isn't it?
It can be, yeah.
The
Started
thing
a bit
is,
later, isn't it, this year?
what you're asking about relegation here, though, Brian. So the teams that go down, so three teams are relegated from the Premier League down into the Championship. Straight away, they are favourites to come back up because they get a parachute payment for going down because of the higher wage bill, for example, that they'll carry in the Premier League. When they go down into the Championships for 2 years, they get a lump of money each year to help them, to manage that period. So straight away, they're able to pay better wages than all of the other teams in that division.
Mm-hmm.
So in theory, they should be favourites to come back up. It doesn't always work that way, but in theory, they should be because they have more money.
Yeah, you generally get 2 coming up, don't you? But there's always randomly a curveball that comes up. Like Hull City did really well last season.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was partly
Coventry?
because of Southampton, wasn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's another story, isn't it?
Yeah.
Any thoughts on relegation? I know we sometimes talk about favourites, and I think Arsenal probably. I could stick my neck out and say, without sticking my neck out, they might well be the favourites. You know, with the
they'll
second
be
team they've
favourites,
got, seems to be pretty
Yeah.
solid there.
Yeah.
What about David Atkinson's obviously hoping that Sunderland will be relegated just for shits and giggles, but
I fully
Is there a team
expect the 3 teams that come up to go
Yeah.
down.
it's often the case.
I
Yeah.
would probably add Fulham to the mix. I think there's losing
Yeah,
Marco
they've got a new
Silva
manager.
is going to be a big thing, and they've lost some players as well. Wilson going to Leeds, that's a big loss.
Yeah.
And it seems they've brought some. Arbeloa has brought some like ex-Real Madrid youth players he knows. They've got to settle in.
No, exactly. Yeah, you're right, Steve. They are them and Sunderland, maybe. But there's so many new managers; it's hard to sort of predict, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
9 new managers this season, I think, in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it really? Blimey.
Yeah, like Crystal Palace as well. You know, how are they going to manage? You know.
Brian, can I ask you with this talk of expectations? What would the expectations be of a San Francisco Giants fan at the start of a season? And does that change year upon year?
I think it's interesting for what you guys have been talking about because we have a sort of rich versus poor in Major League Baseball as well. And often it's the teams that spend the most money who obviously do very well. So at the moment, we're in the same division as the Los Angeles Dodgers. And halfway through the season or a bit after, we're like 20 games behind them. So there's no way, there's no future, there's no nothing. And all you have to do, at the halfway point, you can buy or sell. And so we sold a lot. And what we get back from those quality players we let go are a bunch of prospects. They've never played Major League Baseball, most of them. And so you're on tenterhooks over the next year or two, hoping that these prospects become good and shine. But there's no guarantee on that. So it's it's one of those things. You start looking at the competition every year a bit more in a different way. You realize that you can't go through. You're not going to make the playoffs at the end of the postseason. So you start to think, well, is this player going to be ready for next year and that sort of thing? And so we're in an interesting situation. I think I might have said before that I can't tell what half of our lineup is because they've sold so many players or moved so many players on just a couple of weeks ago. So, but it's a beautiful thing. I like it. I watch baseball virtually every night of 162 games. I mean, I'm not always focused on it. Usually I have a record playing or something like that and the sound down on the baseball and read a book or something like that. But I don't know. It's a lovely thing. It's almost like home. It gives me a sense of community and some sense of competitiveness as well. And I find it fairly irreplaceable at the moment. I always miss when it goes. But it goes. So we're talking about March to October every year. Baseball's you're going to be playing 5 or 6 games a week, which makes it very difficult if you're not one of the competitors. And all of the owners are billionaires, but some decide they're going to spend lots of billions on their team, and others have just got it as an investment. So they don't replenish their stocks, if you like, and upgrade enough, as far as I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the future ahead is not great
Yeah.
for a year or two.
Are you in the same division as the Blue Jays?
No, they're in what's known as the American League East, and that's the league with the division, should I say, with the New York Yankees, Boston Red Sox. So that's a really powerhouse division usually, and so there's So it also depends on what division you get put in, because there's 6 different divisions, and if the teams around you are hot that year, as ours are, and it makes it also very difficult and competitive, because you have to play those teams like 13 times a year. And so we're up against the Dodgers, as I said, although we're doing very well against them. So I don't know. It's exciting. It's a better game than watching grass grow, that's for sure.
So,
Yeah,
so
I enjoy baseball as well, Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw the Giants play years ago, Brian. I saw them play. I think it was 1999, and I think it was the one of the last games they played at Candlestick Park.
Yeah.
It must have been, I think, the second but last game. But yeah, it was a great atmosphere. I just love the fact that, I mean, it went on for like 4 hours, a baseball game, and everybody's just sitting around drinking beer and eating whatever, you know. So it was just a really nice atmosphere, you know. It's just cool, you know. Really good.
Yeah, it's a great vibe. I never went to the Candlestick Park. I wish I had, although apparently it was dreadful when the winds came up, and just was, because that's right on the points there. And so horrific winds. The coldest I've ever been, I think, in my life is when I went to Chicago to watch the Giants play against the Cubs. And I got great seats, but it was raining beforehand, and the water was coming in like this. So there was no way to get out of the rain, no matter what you did. And it was windy and it was cold. And I thought, stuff this, I'll go and watch the game in my hotel room. Got back to my hotel room just as they called it. And said they couldn't continue. So anyway.
Right, Brian, I'm going to read a wee comment from Jesse Tepid Mice. Brian, do you know the Baseball Project band? Supergroup whose songs are all about baseball.
No, but I definitely will check that out. I've never heard of that. Oh, it rings a bell slightly, but I thought it might have been baseball players who sing songs all about baseball, but no, I don't think I've heard these. I must get into them.
Great songs about the Giants. Steve, are you a baseball fan? Did you say?
Yes, I am. I've seen the Blue Jays play at their stadium. I've seen a minor league game in San Antonio. I do, for my sins, follow the Mets, and that's because the first time I was in America, it was in New York, and it was the first weekend after went interleague play, and the Yankees played the Mets, and
Subway Series,
yeah, and you couldn't get a ticket for love or money. It was big news there, so I watched it in a sports bar, and I thought, well, everyone's cheering the Yankees. Small club thing. I went for the Mets. I think in that year they actually played each other in the World Series, which the Yankees typically won. The Mets, they've got the biggest payroll in baseball. Money can't buy you everything. You can't buy your success.
No, it's how you.
A bit like the Giants. The season's over.
It'd be the same as the Premier League. These owners have the money to spend, but whether they do or not, and how wisely they use their dollars is really, really important. The Los Angeles,
the Dodgers, it links with Chelsea because it's the same owners.
Right.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Todd Bowley's is in with the Dodgers.
Mm.
When I looked at the transfer business that the clubs have been doing, it was interesting because Chelsea, and I don't know if there's anyone out there who's a Chelsea fan, but are a huge number of players in and out all the time, isn't it? It's just vast.
Yeah.
You know, Brian, when you were talking about how it must seem as a fan that's a completely different team on the pitch, season by season.
Yeah.
Yeah, after the trading period, when I looked at the team and I realised I didn't know half the players, my attitude turns around to just supporting those players and hoping that one or two of them will become great. But there's just no guarantees.
Yeah. Right, guys, that's a lot of sport talk. I can feel that the records where you are, John, they're almost jumping off the shelves behind you.
What do you want?
Well, John, can I actually ask you a question? You did a recent video, very recent, not the car boot one, but the one before that. To me, it was a real thought-provoking video. You know, the one about what the critics say about albums, that kind of idea of the mad 5-star reviews and so on.
Yeah, well, yeah, that was it. It's just I can't remember what I said now, but yeah, I mean, obviously, so Mojo magazine. That's what it was. It was. I was reading the David Hepworth book, and he was saying about, he basically said most LPs aren't as good as what people say they are. And I've been reading Mojo magazine, and the majority of the reviews in that month's magazine, it might have just been that month, but I think it was, were 4 stars out of 5. Every album was getting a great. And I appreciate now a lot of people have commented saying, well, Mojo have explained this. There's that many albums released. They only want to talk about the good ones and promote the good ones, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you're giving everything the same star rating, and you just say nice things about everybody, it sort of beats the objective, doesn't it? Because there's no balance, there's no it's music
John,
criticism.
John, what do you think of, like? Do you ever look at Pitchfork? Do you think they're a bit fairer?
I don't. Actually, I'd look at some things online, but not too much. I must admit, I steer clear of reviews until I actually buy a record normally.
Yeah.
So I don't read a load of reviews nowadays and then go out and buy something on the back of it. But so I might go, and each month I might listen to some stuff on Spotify, which I tend to do. There'll be a few records, like, for example, Midge suggested a record, the new Beth Orton album.
Yeah.
And now I really like her stuff. I saw her a few times back in the day. I really like her first couple of records, so I picked that up, and it's a great record, So I hadn't read any reviews. That was just a recommendation, but it's one of them. It's
the VC review board that I'm on, that in our private group. So on WhatsApp. So I just threw it out there about the Strokes album, and the amount of hate and
don't like it.
Aggression that came towards me for even suggesting that it was okay. I mean,
that aggression, Rob.
There was a lynch mob outside my house.
That aggression, Rob. It's nothing to do with the Strokes, mate. But I don't like the Strokes album either. It's I don't like that auto-tune vocal.
I've ordered that today, John. So I think one of the reasons I've ordered it is just to annoy you.
Yeah. Fair enough.
John, the example you gave that I thought was really interesting. It's got me thinking. You talked about Be Here Now.
Yeah. So basically, back in the day, I mean, I remember. I know Simon's a big Oasis fan, and Rob as well. But I remember Definitely Maybe coming out, and it was like a shot in the arm at the time, because we'd had this period where all musicians seemed to be staring at the shoes. There was no attitude about everything, and then all of a sudden you got Oasis turn up, Liam Gallagher with all the attitude and everything, all the swagger, fantastic, and that album was brilliant, great debut album. The live gigs were great, loved it, and then What's the Story came out, more of the same, great tunes, again great live gigs, and then there's a load of hype around Be Here Now. I remember, as I said at the time in my video, that I think what NME gave it 9 out of 10. I think Melody Maker might give it 10 out of 10. I did like the first single. I thought the first single was great. You know what I mean? But everything else, it just didn't compare to the first two. Perhaps it's unfair comparing it to two records that did so well, and really were game changers. But as albums go, I wasn't impressed with it at all. And no. But everybody was saying it felt like the Emperor's New Clothes to me. The fact that
I agree.
Everybody was saying it was really good, but it just didn't hit the same. Didn't press the same buttons as the first two albums did, But that was my take on it.
And it was given all that hype as well. Yeah, given the hype, because the night before the album got released, they had that documentary.
Yeah, I remember that on the BBC. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like, and you getting Mojo. I think Charles Shaw Murray had reviewed the album. He'd given it 5 stars, and he was almost
really?
like saying it was the greatest thing since sliced bread,
No.
almost, you know. And then you had the record shops opening at midnight,
Yeah.
so people could go and collect their copy.
But that was a
And
big thing back then. That whole
Yeah,
opening at midnight. It wasn't just that
Yeah.
album. There was a lot of
No,
really
it's
big
the-
records
it-
that came out.
Yeah, and
There's a
then
lot of hope in that album, wasn't there? I think it was pretty well received.
It was to
But it
begin
just
with,
didn't
yeah.
quite live up to the first 2 albums, did it?
No.
I think he wanted a trilogy of 3 great albums like the Beatles, and it just fell short. I think the songs on it are too overindulgent. They're too long,
Yeah.
so it makes the album difficult to listen to it again and again. You know, the replay value just isn't there on that album. I mean, I don't even bother with it, but I'm quite happy listening to the first 2.
Yeah. No, I agree with that, yeah.
Was that album, did it come out on vinyl as well as CD, or is it
Yeah.
just CD by
Yeah.
that point?
Came
So,
out,
so I bought it on vinyl on the day release, Brian, and I sold it. I mean, I played it a couple of times, and it it sat on the shelf for ages, and I sold it. I remember I think about 2001, I sold it on eBay, and I sold it for 32 quid. Now
Yeah.
it's like a £300 record now, isn't it? Beer now, but there you go. But it was, yeah,
I've got 5 first pressings of Oasis.
have you really?
Yeah. So they're worth it. I've got a sealed copy of Stand on the Shoulder Giant I brought early in the year, which is first fully sealed. Could
Yeah.
pay a bit for it, but I think in a few more years it'll probably be worth a bit more.
Yeah. I mean, I like the album that came out after Standing on the Shoulders of Giants. Was it Heathen Chemistry? That's a really good record.
Yeah.
I think that's their other good record. Their other record that I'd listen to after the first
That's a
2.
bit of a comeback for theirs. They've got 3 number 1s of that album, haven't they? They sort of was back in the big way on that one.
Right.
Um,
That's good.
it's,
Yeah. So do you want a record then, Gordon? Oh,
you're muted.
Yes.
Gordon.
you're muted.
Depends what you're going to show.
Well, nothing good. Right.
Sorry,
So
on you go, John. Please go ahead.
right. So my day tomorrow, I'm going down to Milton Keynes. Have you seen this gig that's on this Electric Paradise gig?
No?
And it's like loads of old school funk and disco bands, but the headliner, this is at Milton Keynes Bowl. The headliner, Grace Jones.
Wow.
Ooh.
Wow, I've never seen her before. That'd be
No.
great, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And that's a brilliant record. I really
Who
love
else-
that
who else?
record.
Who else is on, John?
So I've worked
Classic.
out my day, right? So get this. So I'm going to see the first band I see is Odyssey,
Oh, yeah.
and then Kool and the Gang,
Right.
and then there's like a modern take on Earth, Wind and Fire. I think it's like a relatives band type thing. Cameo,
Oh, yeah.
and then Grace Jones.
Right.
I've heard Grace Jones is absolutely amazing still.
Oh yeah, she's got to be, isn't she? I mean, she's in the late 70s.
Wow.
But
Yeah, I love her.
Wow.
Yeah, I was going to say.
yeah, that's a great record.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those things as well, that those early records that she made for Ireland, they sound incredible. We talk about production and people talk about pressing quality, like sort of rubbish in the VC. Those records sound absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
They really do.
Yeah.
Really bright, really sharp. You know, great song. So on here,
Is that before Trevor Horn got hold of her?
Yeah.
The ones before
and I like that as well. Slade.
I
Yeah,
love
I
it.
do.
Great album.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
So is that the same for Warm Leatherette, John?
Yes.
I haven't given
like
that,
that as
haven't
well.
given that
That's
one
really
much of a
good.
spin.
That's really good. Really good, Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look forward to it.
1980, innit? That?
Yeah, 1980, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. That's one of my 5-star albums there.
Is that the best year for music, 1980?
It's the best year for the UK singles chart, 1980. Definitely. I'm not saying it's the best for albums, whatever, but certainly for singles, in the UK.
What's the best year then for music?
83.
No, it's not.
Could be the 80s, somewhere in the 80s, I think. Yeah.
What are you saying?
So it's somewhere in the 80s for me, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Early
I'll
80s.
probably go towards 85, I think. Somewhere.
Yeah.
85. What came out in 85?
What came out in 85? Well, yeah. Paul Hardcastle's 19. You had Marillion's Misplaced Childhood, Katrina and the Waves album.
I'm waiting for you to say something good.
I'm sure New Order put some of that out as well.
Here's one. Quickly show this. Here's one. Guys, you'll all know this one, yeah?
Yeah.
It's the Beat's second album.
Yeah.
Beat out of Birmingham. I picked it out, John. There's a particular song I wanted to ask if you know. Do you know the album, John?
Yeah, I've got the album. Yeah,
So it's the song French Toast.
I don't know off the top of my head.
Off the top of your head, French Toast, Soleil Pro Show. I was playing it today, and it's pure Ghanaian high life.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
You've got to check it out. It's got a beautiful, as I said, a Ghanaian high life guitar lines, dead laid back. It's cool. It's not like the kind of all the kind of big hits of the Beat. I know it was it was a big success, I think, in America for the band, but it's not really packed with, the kind of standards from them. But that particular song, it reminded me of some of the tracks that you were showing from Ghana, bizarrely enough, except they're from Birmingham, clearly. That's from 1980.
81. That.
Shout out for 1981.
81's not bad. Yeah.
Rob, what do you think's the best year then?
1980, innit?
So what albums are you going to chuck in there for 1980, Rob?
Fucking hell, Zenyatta Mondata.
Yeah.
Hang on a
Teed
minute.
you up nicely there, mate.
Fucking hell.
Is that 1980?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
The jam,
amazing.
sound effects.
Yeah, sound effects, yeah.
Yeah.
So much going on in 1980, isn't it? 1980, 81, music.
Ace of Spades.
Yeah.
Got to be a great Gary Newman album in there.
I'll chuck this in. Heaven and Hell.
Yeah.
Black Sabbath.
The Game, Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah, play that as well.
I might change my mind from 85 to 80 then, if I'm allowed.
I just find every time I review a record, it's either 83 or 68 these days. Don't know
Is
what's
that right?
going on.
So what would you have in 83 then, Brian?
Yeah, I was going to ask that.
Well, the last one I did, I think, was Men at Work.
Yeah.
Can't think off the top of my head, to tell you the truth. I mean, it's just, Zenyatta Mondata is absolutely a classic. But have you seen that record cover and compared it to the Mahavishnu Orchestra's?
Yeah.
Exactly the same.
Yeah. Or Superman 2. They look like those three bad guys in Superman 2 flying through space.
Oh, wow.
Right.
I love the different covers.
This is ridiculous.
He's got a whole Calyx unit of Zenyatta Mondata.
Yeah.
Is this your BCFT album of choice?
What? The question springing to my mind is why, Rob?
Because in 1980, I didn't have enough money to buy it. And
So since then, you've bought them all.
yeah.
Is that what you've done?
So if I see it for under a £5 or under, I'll buy it. And you can see it. You can see it for £2 sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. So
Are they different versions in any way? Are they from different countries?
some of them are different. Yeah, some of them are from. There's a German, a Dutch one. I've got a Japanese one.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a Scottish one.
Really?
So,
It is a relatively cheap record, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure why. It's a classic, isn't it?
Because they
Yeah.
sold so many copies.
Mm.
Well, they all have, haven't they? They all do.
Yeah, all the police records, you can generally get them for a second-hand police record for a fiver, really, can't you, if you look hard enough?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that 79 and 80. I did a video with, do you know that channel, Norman Maslow? I think he's retired now, but I did a video with him about. I did a video with him about 35 years ago about the year 1980.
Right, yeah. Early era is the best ever.
Steve's reaching for some vinyl.
Yeah, if you're
Yeah.
talking 1980, you're talking the greatest record of all time, in my opinion. Sorry for the glare. It's Back in Black.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
That's a classic.
is that your favourite album of all time?
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
It's an album.
Have you ever
born,
done?
born of sadness, but it always makes me smile because it's such up tempo
Yeah,
songs, and it's things about drinking and sex and
yeah,
hell and all that. Everyday
Yeah.
subjects that we go by.
yeah.
There's nothing maudlin about it either. About the, it's almost like they went on without Bon Scott, and it was just another day at the office. It was
Well,
quite incredible the way they
some
bounced
people
back.
say that they just use Bon Scott's lyrics, the leftover lyrics, even though they put up Brian Johnson on the credits.
Yes. There you go, another one from 1980. Dirty Mind, Prince.
Oh yeah. I've never heard that.
Oh, it's fantastic, Rob. It's one of his best.
I picked up I've got it somewhere. I picked up a Prince CD recently. I'm going to see if I can see it over there. It's one of his more recent ones. Picked it up for a couple of quid, and I was playing it, and I thought it was superb. I'll see if I can see it.
Well, it sounds a bit better now. It's the mic improved at all.
no. That's the exact same, Simon.
Oh dear.
There's some. Should
Can
I show
follow
with,
you.
Something to write, something subtitles on. No, sorry, it's just the same, man.
Right.
But you can
I absolutely,
show
I absolutely love Prince, but I'm not sure that I love his albums. I like sort of half of the Prince album to me is incredible, and the other half is a bit disposable.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I know what you mean. And there's so many records as well. I mean, it's I suppose some records will appeal more to a certain audience, or others to someone else. It's because there's so much music. But yeah, he's always been my favourite artist, Brian.
This one, John. What?
Yes,
Like that one.
So
Musicology.
Musicology. That was 2004. That was his big comeback.
Right.
That year, Rob, he was the biggest grossing artist in the world on the back of that album.
Really?
He did a world tour, and he went out and he played all the hits, and he's the biggest grossing artist in the world. It's a brilliant record, really good.
So I was playing this totally blind, and to me, this was like one of his classic sort of mid-80s vibe to it.
It's just full of great pop songs,
Yes, and it was £2 this, so I thought it was a good buy, that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that from Headley. Right now you're doing Headley. The background is a set of bed springs.
Oh, is that what it is? Yeah.
Yeah, and the back cover there is, I don't know if you can see that, but the back cover is him lying on so he's obviously part of his backing band with Wendy and Lisa. That's actually Lisa's bed, and he sprayed her bedroom wall with all the song titles.
That's
So
cool.
yeah, very cool.
How many times did you see Prince?
I saw him about 10 times.
Right, quite a bit then.
Yeah, he's always I saw him first in '93 at Wembley Stadium, but he had a run of gigs at the O2 in London.
Yeah.
He did 21 nights. He did like the residency, and the tickets were £31.21.
Yeah.
Because his album was called His album was called 3121 at the time. So that's all you had to pay for a ticket. So that was really good.
I saw him at Main Road. I think it was 1989 or 1990.
Okay.
Yeah, it was great. Really good.
Yeah.
I saw him on his second last tour of Australia, and he was phenomenal. And we were, because they were using the Prince symbol as a stage.
Yeah.
Every time he came out under one of the sides of the symbol, he was within about 30 meters of us, which was quite incredible. And then he did one more tour, and it was him playing at the Sydney Opera House, just him and a piano. And I went, "Oh, how good is that going to sound?" And so I didn't go. And then very soon after that, he passed. And I think, what an idiot! Why didn't you just go?
Yeah.
He's a genius.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I wish the estate would bring out some of those albums which only were released through either the website or just on CD.
Yeah.
There's some amazing crackers there.
And I think they will come out, Brian, at some point, but it's just going to take time, isn't it? Yeah.
You've got all them Prince bootlegs, haven't you, John? You have hundreds of them, didn't you?
Yeah, I collected them when I was a teenager, and then basically where Steve works, Psychotron, when it was COVID, Pete bought a collection, a Prince collection, and there was 300 Prince bootlegs on CD. This was.
Yeah.
And because the shop couldn't open and he couldn't sell them on eBay or on Discogs, he just put a thing on Facebook saying, "Any Prince fans out there, I've got 300 Prince bootlegs for X amount." And I messaged him straight away just saying, "I'll be in tomorrow to collect them." And as it turned out, my lad was ill during the night. So like at 2:00 in the morning, I just sent him the money via, whatever. So he had the cash. And I turned up sort of late on in the afternoon to collect the stuff. And he said, "Oh, it's a good job you sent me that money, because there's a queue of people at 9 in the morning all come just to, to buy this stuff, basically, because it was a good price, yeah." But yeah, there's some really good stuff in there. I did sell a few, but pretty good.
I remember you showing and talking about them.
Yeah.
I'll quickly show at record someone who's had to retire, who's announced he's retiring this week. This is Trapeze. It's Glenn Hughes. He announced he's cancelled all his gigs now forever. He's got heart condition, and he needs to have that operated from Penkridge, which is just in the Black Country.
Yeah.
But it's sad to see him. He's had to retire. Great voice.
What's the style?
And Trapeze, underrated band.
Right. I've got one.
What's been your favourite album of the year, Steve?
Boards of Canada.
Oh yeah, you
said that in your video.
Yeah.
What about you, John?
There's a couple. I like the Dry Cleaning album.
Oh yeah,
that's really good.
What about you? What about you, Brian?
Not quite sure what would be my best of the year so far. Recently picked up this album. I don't know how you guys feel about that one. Time Out of Mind by Bob Dylan.
Fantastic.
I remember I was doing a drive every day, which was like 3 hours from here to work, and then another 3 hours on the way back. And that album just absolutely was my comfort zone as I was listening, as I was driving along. And I just became so familiar with it that I've been looking for a copy on record, and I think it's phenomenal. My sort of dodgy take on it might be my favorite Bob Dylan album, which is saying so much, of course, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
But it was just that connection to it. I don't know. It's kind of like my favorite album is the last one I picked up and I like. So
yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah.
Anything that just gets played is a wonderful thing. So I think one of my big albums from a couple of years ago was it The Weather Diaries by Ride, and it was one of their comeback albums. And the fourth side of that is phenomenal. It's one of the best sort of Boards of Canada, Radiohead sort of 90s psych sort of stuff that I've ever heard. And I'm not a huge fan of Ride, but when we got to that side, I was just taking my money. It was so good.
Cool. Rob, what about you then? Best of the year?
Strokes, innit?
Not the Rolling Stones.
Nah, it's fucking shit, that.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I know you do. That's why I said it was fucking shit.
Yeah.
No, there's the Coral album's quite a good record, isn't it? Morrissey, you know. Toast Club. I'm trying to get hold of that Toast Club record. So that's not an easy one to get hold of. So
Anyone looking forward to the Echo and the Bunnymen new album?
oh
coming
yeah,
out?
I've got that on order. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's coming out. Is it in October? That's coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the 13th album or something like that? Isn't it?
At least I think.
Something like that.
Yeah.
What about you, Simon? What's Simon's favourite album of the year? Is your favourite that Stones record then? Yeah.
For me?
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm not
Yeah.
going to listen to or anything this year.
Rob, I want to trigger some more memories out of Oldham, if that's okay.
Right.
This is my favourite band out of Oldham. 1990.
Oh, yeah. In Spirals, yeah.
First band I went to see live. I don't know what your
Yeah, you
guys'
mentioned that,
first,
yeah.
first gig was, but that's mine. Saw them in 91, but I didn't get to play Subbuteo with any of them.
No.
A cool album.
Yeah.
What's the background? Who was it you played Subbuteo with?
So it's Graham who formed the band. So Graham,
Oh,
the
man.
guitarist,
Yes.
he's the guy who formed the band. So it formed in about 83. So
Yeah.
I was
Great
really
year.
good. I was really good.
Brilliant year.
I was really good friends with Graham, but I think I mentioned he had a football injury and he ended up moving down a year. So when I was a year ahead of doing stuff, and John won't be surprised to find out, obviously dating loads of girls and everything, and I just lost touch with him a little bit, because you didn't have social media and stuff. So I actually remember I was going to an Oldham game and I was chatting to a mate who knew him, and he said, "Oh, he's formed this band called the Spiral Carpets," and we were laughing, at the name of the band, and then it just grew momentum. But I can remember him. I don't think I mentioned he come to my house, and I was at his house. He said, "Oh, I want to borrow some records off you." This would have been about 1979, 1980. And I went to his house and he had nothing worth borrowing. The only thing I borrowed off him was a 12-inch single of M. That's the Way the Money Goes, I think it was called. That's all he had. And he came to my house and he borrowed, because I've got an older sister and she had loads of punk stuff, new wave stuff. And he borrowed Real Life by a magazine. And he had that for ages. I had to go back, to his house to kind of get it off him. So maybe that was a little bit of an influence, but there's no keyboards on that, is there?
Well, he's the guitar player, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it makes me wonder when he had his football accident, he was a really good footballer. He was close to signing for Burnley, I think. But he had a really bad injury, and if you ever notice him, if he's on stage, he's kind of got a limp. So he's actually getting worse over time, really. But if he hadn't have had that accident, he maybe wouldn't have. Maybe he learnt guitar while he was convalescing and what have you.
Mm-hmm. And the Subbuteo story, it's quite a tale you were telling, because he was watering the pitch. Is that right?
Oh, he's crazy, honestly. He'd iron the pitch. He'd iron the pitch so the ball rolled quicker. He was absolutely mental, honestly. He'd get everyone to come and watch you playing to try and put you off, and he used to have someone commentating, and because he used to have the old tape recorder, where you kind of,
Oh, yeah.
remember the old type we used to have? So he'd have someone commentating on the game, and then he'd listen to the tape back of the commentary to try to. This is before sort of all the analysis there is in football now. That was part of his analysis, like listening to someone's commentary.
Yeah.
So he was really obsessive when it comes to. There's a couple of things online where he's been interviewed. I don't know whether he talks about Subbuteo, but he was pretty obsessive about Oldham Athletic. But he's also he was a Spurs fan as well. And I remember he was on the radio about 15 years ago, and he was going on about Oldham, and I sent him a text. To the show, and they read out my text saying, "I've got a text here saying you're not an Oldham fan, you're a Tottenham fan," and he were laughing his head off. So, and he gave me a little shout out. So, yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah. Pardon?
On you go, Simon.
Gallagher was involved with it, wasn't he?
Can't quite hear.
No, Gallagher, wasn't he involved with the tall carpets?
I can't. It's breaking up. I can't tell what Sam's saying.
Yeah, man.
No worry.
You're breaking up.
But there used to be probably about 32 of us at school in a league. And nearly every night we'd go around to someone's house, like at weekend, because we were like 14. Instead of hanging around the streets, I remember coming at my house, we could set maybe 3 or 4 pitches up. And, you'd have about 10 kids around it. If your mum and dad had gone to the pub on a Friday night, you'd have like 10 kids in your house playing Subbuteo. It was good. It was good times.
It's like Hackney Marshes you've set up in your own
house. But if you go to car boot sales, John will tell you, I bet a lot of car boot sales, John will see an old Subbuteo sort of game that's, someone wants a few quid for it.
There's a lot of Facebook Subbuteo groups.
Yeah.
During lockdown, there was a Subbuteo channel that was set up on.
Right. Okay.
I found myself watching that, just sort of old time's sakes, but
yeah.
Ryan, is Subbuteo a thing? Is it? I'm wondering, is it global? Is it a thing in Australia as well?
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
Sorry.
But I've learned to nod my head and put on a few interesting facial expressions. What is it?
I'm surprised it's not global. It's basically table football. You would have like a cloth pitch, a cloth football pitch. You take out the box, you put it on your floor. You'd have lots of tiny plastic football players, and you would basically ping them around with your finger. Your team against your friend's team with a little ball, and you're basically reenacting whatever kind of football match on your like I say, your living room, your bedroom.
Hey,
look at that! The artwork.
Just brought out a Subbuteo player. So
look
you
how
could
big
buy
that
like
is.
replica teams, all the teams.
No wonder you never lost.
I know, yeah. That's one of my players. So Duncan Ferguson.
Cool.
You seen that, Gordon? Yeah.
Yeah. Let me maximise that. Hold on. Show it again, Rob.
Yeah, it's a big one. It's a light, but I think you can plug it in and stuff. But
try flicking that.
Pretty cool. Pretty nice.
I had the cricket game, Subbuteo cricket, as a kid.
Yeah, I remember that. They had rugby as well, didn't they?
Yeah. They also did ant fishing. Subbuteo made fishing game.
Did they?
Yeah.
That's
Subbuteo
crazy.
fishing.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Right, let's show some records. John, have you got any more of your amazing 5-star records?
5-star records, yeah. Yeah, right.
You know that the concept, I'll say the concept John was talking about, 5-star, a record that maybe a critic doesn't say is a 5-star, it's in your collection, it's one of those top-notch albums.
Does anybody have that record?
Oh,
I do, John. I was playing
what-
it in the shop on Saturday. Last Saturday.
What do you think, Steve?
I think it's a great record.
You're not a
Personally.
fan. You're not a fan, Rob.
Nah, I don't like him.
You don't like him?
No.
Fucking hell.
Is he wearing a
mate?
Is he wearing a dress on that one?
Not on this one, no.
All right, okay.
I
He's
can
got a
get
new
on that.
record coming out. Got a new record, haven't they?
Yeah. They're playing Wolverhampton in October. I've got tickets soon.
Is it called Love, that new album?
The new album's called Love, yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
not
he's
heard
doing
anything
quite a
from
bit.
it, but
It was in Oldham.
this is a brilliant record. And what I love about it, the first 3 records I put out, Searching for the Young Soul Rebels, 2 Roy and then Don't Stand Me Down, every one is totally different.
Yeah.
Totally different style, musically and also the image as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just so well done. And I think this is the best of the 3.
Really?
This is the one that sold the fewest copies.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Yeah.
a really special record, guys.
Well, he wouldn't promote it once it got released.
Yeah.
It was like released. He wouldn't do any interviews. There was no tour to promote it. And, from the success of the 2 RIA album, which was worldwide, it just
When did it come out? That
85.
so. What did he do after 85?
he did a solo album called The Wanderer.
Yeah, but it was about 87, 88, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right. And then
And nothing until nothing until the late 90s when he put out My Beauty, the record where he's wearing a dress.
right, yeah. Have you got that?
Yeah,
What's that
Yeah.
like?
it's a covers record.
Oh,
It's
is
a great
it?
record. Yeah, it's a covers
Right.
record. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Whereabouts is he from? Is he from near you?
It's from Wolverhampton, Walsall way, isn't he?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
If you watch the word in your the word
Word in your ear.
podcast, they interviewed him recently, and it's
Right.
interesting how he got into music.
Right.
Because he wanted to play guitar, and his brother's got a cabaret band, and says, "Well, we've got an opening for you," and that's how he sort of his stagecraft was playing in covers in a cabaret bar.
Yeah.
But he's got a totally unique voice, hasn't he? As soon as you
Yeah,
hear
yeah.
a Dexys record, you know it's Kevin Rowland.
Yeah. Yeah. I love the debut.
Yeah, it's a great record. I mean, Gino, you can't beat Gino, can you? It's a
No.
perfect single.
One of
1980
my
as
first,
well.
one of my first singles. I bought that one.
Yeah.
I remember buying it. So.
How about you, Steve, or Brian, or Simon, or Rob? Have you got any 5-star? Not 5-star.
Let me see.
I'll always put this in. I've got to show a bit of Slade.
Bit of Slade, yeah.
Okay.
I used to have that back in the late 70s, I think. Yeah. Some people, some friends of mine rated it as the greatest live album of all time.
Right.
It's the greatest live album with a belch on it. Yeah.
Really?
It's got the lock groove at the end, doesn't it, as well? So it
Yeah.
just keeps going round and round.
It keeps
doesn't
going and going. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I was having a discussion with a guy at work. Jim Lee don't talk to Noddy. Jim Lee don't talk to Dave Hill because he didn't like the fact that Dave Hill kept the band going. Dave Hill don't talk to Dom because he sacked Dom when he from Slade 2 from the back, a bit of ill health. Dom's only just started talking to Jim again. Noddy speaks to the other two. And then when I read their biography, you always got the feeling that Slade was a bit of a gang, but nothing like it.
Yeah.
It was like they grew up together, being in band together, but outside the Slade, they hardly mixed.
That's some great tunes, though, Steve, didn't they? Great singles band.
Yeah.
Right, I've got some 5-star albums here. I've just picked some off the shelf.
Go on, then, Rob.
Start with-
Are they all the
Are
Stone
they all
Roses?
from Manchester? Are they all from Manchester?
What do you
They're all the
think?
Stone Roses.
Yeah.
Stone Roses,
You've not borrowed them from Andy Burnham, have you?
Oh yeah, my mate. That's a 5-star record.
It is, yeah, definitely.
That's a 5-star record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the debut?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Give you that.
that's a 5-star record.
Okay.
Don't know it.
I know it.
That's a 5-star record.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I've got that to hand as well.
That's a 5-star record. Here's an Australian 5-star record.
What we got?
Oh,
Superb.
what's that?
Wow.
Parcels.
I've never
Debut.
heard of them.
It came out in maybe about 8, 9 years ago. Daytime disco, absolutely superb.
I'll check that out.
Yeah, brilliant, unbelievable, superb. And then one of my favourite 90s, Jollification. There we go.
That's a blast. An
Yeah.
absolute blast.
Blast them.
I did I pulled some records to do with Scotland, and what I want to do is I'll show you 3 records and see if you can pick what the albums, if you can pick up on a clue from each of the records to see if you know my 5-star band. So this is the first one. Altered Images, Happy
brilliant.
Birthday, has something to do with one of the band members, if you keep that in mind.
Is it Lloyd Cole, Rattlesnakes?
No.
Okay.
Oh, hey Brian, I've got you already.
What have you
This is
got?
a Bobby G. It's Bobby Gillespie.
So, yeah, here's the clue. Bobby Gillespie is definitely the clue.
Yes.
The title of this record will point you in the right direction.
Is that King Crimson? Is it?
That's
It
in
says
the
the
Wake
wake
of
of Poseidon, yeah.
So you have all the clues you need now. So we've got the lead singer of the band I'm thinking about is from Happy Birthdays. I think Bobby Gillespie's playing bass. We've got the wrong side. And it's called In the Wake of Poseidon. And the album is Scottish
Yes.
Harmony by the Wake. So Bobby Gillespie played, I think, bass on this. Jared McAnulty was the leader and I think guitarist and singer. And what was the other link? Oh, yeah, In the Wake of Poseidon. Really love this album. And what they've done on the flip side, so it's re-released as a double album. So we've got the album up here. Then we move on to a single that they put together. Beautiful, beautiful, good. And then there's a John Peel session at the end, which is really cool as well.
Yes.
Fantastic. Yeah, what do you think, Gordon?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm totally with you. I think this is a dead interesting album, the Wake album. It's from 82, I think,
Yes.
on Factory.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that the Bobby Gillespie link is such an interesting one for me. The fact that he was a roadie with Altered Images, played bass on this, and it's good bass playing, isn't it, Brian? It's quite
Yes.
prominent. You know, it's not like stuff in the background. The bass often kind of leading a lot of the songs. So he goes from that to obviously drums on the Jesus and Mary chain, and then off to success with Primal Screams. I think he's such an interesting character. But I think this album itself is a really solid sort of post-punk, isn't it? They toured with Joy Division, the likes of those, back in '82. So it's a really good listen. I don't know if the rest of the guys have heard the album.
I've never heard it.
No, I don't
it's
know.
good. It's good. That is the main man from Altered Images with Bobby Gillespie on bass. Really good, actually. Cool choice, Brian.
Yeah, it's when you listen to something like Closer and Unknown Pleasures, you're always tempted, I suppose, to see if there's any other music out that sounds very similar to Joy Division, and I think this does. And Bobby Gillespie's really, Sorry,
it's not quite as heavy, isn't it?
Oh, no way.
No,
It's just that simple orchestration of the guitar, often playing a rhythm instrument. The bass is often playing a lead instrument like Peter Hook, and there's keyboards in there as well. And it's similar, but it's not the same. Yeah.
No, but great choices. And funnily enough, like that, I had that album just sitting beside me as well. It's cool that you showed it. It's not a 5-star album though for me. Probably maybe put it as a 4. What do you think?
I would agree.
Yeah.
Got to leave some room up the top for Joy Division.
Yeah. It's not there. Yeah.
What do you got, Steve?
Charity shop in Solihull, Minnie Riperton's Perfect Angel. Now, some people consider this to be a 5-star album. It's a record I've been after for a while, but found
it's a brilliant record, Steve.
Yeah, I thought you'd like that, John.
It's a brilliant record.
Oxfam Solihull.
And a lot of it's produced and written by Stevie Wonder, isn't it?
Yeah, arranged by Wonderlove. Yeah. I mean, obviously, no, loving you. I've got a greatest hits, but but I'm just intrigued to hear a lot more of the voice because was it 5 octaves she had?
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I
incredible
think
voice.
closest Britain ever produced was Linda Lewis
Yeah,
because she had a vocal range like that as well.
she made a couple of lovely albums as well, Linda Lewis, didn't she?
Yeah, the debut, I'm still after that.
Yeah, not easy
Not
to
been able
find
to
that.
find a copy. Yeah.
If you're talking about 5-star Scottish records, Gordon,
Yes.
that's one of my favourite records. Edwyn Collins,
Oh, cool.
Gorgeous George.
Cool.
Yeah, it's the one with A Girl Like You on it.
Yeah.
But that's my one of my favourite, a top 10 record for me. That is
But is that about 90?
94.
96?
94.
Right.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I really like Edwyn Collins. He made some really interesting stuff. That's the album
Yeah.
that he put out in '96. I'm Not Following You.
Right.
But
Okay.
yeah, no, great stuff. The production's always
Oh.
interesting. Really good songwriter.
Stuff like the big single "You're Gorgeous" on there, isn't it?
Are you
Is
thinking
that Baby
of,
Bird?
You're thinking of Baby Bird, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The single on here was The Magic Piper, which was in one of the Austin Powers films.
Right.
But
Oh, right.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, really good.
Didn't it get sort of lost a little bit in the after because it got released around the time of Princess Diana's death and things
Yeah.
got.
Mm.
Yeah, it might have been actually.
Mm.
Trying to see when it was released. But yeah, that's a really good records. Any of his stuff from that sort of period is great. But you know, A Girl Like You was absolutely massive, and obviously he had a double brain hemorrhage in the end, didn't he, in the early 2000s? And I think basically has lived off the royalties from that one song. I mean, the amount of money that song must generate is incredible. But yeah, his partner Grace Maxwell wrote a book about his recovery, which is fascinating. If ever you get the chance to pick up a copy and read that, it's a brilliant book, brilliant book.
Mm-hmm. As
Have you-
Flip
have you got-
Disc
have you got
says,
that,
you
John?
don't see that in the wild. You don't see Edwin
Yes.
in the wild at all.
You got that one?
Yeah, that's a good record, and that was recorded after his illness.
Yeah, it's really good record.
Really good record, yeah.
Have you got this one?
Oh,
No.
That's the 5-star record.
Mary, wait, Mary Mungo and Midge.
yeah.
Yeah,
Good grief.
classic. I think this is a repress.
Sounds like the play for today.
You've got a captive audience for that one because they can't walk yet.
Rob, have you added to your Benidorm trilogy yet? I know you're
Oh,
showing
no.
off.
No. I'd like to get more of those. I'm not sure how many there is. I think John's probably got a few of them, haven't you, John?
What's that?
Them Benidorm records. You didn't see them last week.
I didn't see them.
Oh, I'll show you now.
It looked to me like they release one every year, but I'm curious to know, does it go from kind of prog into sort of post-punk as the years go by?
Yeah, this is them, John. So, got this one.
You better maximise this.
That's a nice one, isn't it?
You've done well there.
Yeah. So that's 74 when, in 1974, we could definitely get away with those kind of pictures on album covers. But then we got to 77, I think. Is that 77? Yeah, 77.
She's gone.
Yeah, and then 79.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm after getting the full collection of them. Well, I don't use Discogs, so I'll just have to try and find them in the wild.
I'll show a Scottish 5-star. For me, I don't know if anybody agrees with me, but this is Donovan and the album Open Road. And I think it's painfully neglected and not appreciated. And it's interesting because the word, it's not Donovan Open Road. It gives the sense that it might be a band. And there's Donovan holding onto the crown jewels. But it's brilliant. And he says himself that he invented Celtic rock with this album. You can ask him about all these things too. But that the track listing on these are absolutely brilliant, and the second side, particularly with Ricky Tikki Tavi, Clara, Clairvoyant, Roots of Oak, Seasons of Farewell, Poke at the Pope. Well, that second side's absolutely amazing. The first side's not too far behind. But it's, I think it was the first album that Donovan started playing electric guitar on, if I'm right. I could be completely wrong there. And it really has that sense of not a power trio, but a souped-up electric Donovan album, which I recommend to everybody. I'm going to do a review of this soon. Absolutely recommend it to you if you haven't heard it before.
I don't think I've ever seen that before, Brian.
No?
I've never seen that.
It's like he fell off a cliff after doing Barabba Jangle with Jeff Beck.
Yeah.
Well, Jeff Beck sort of plays 3 notes on the album, unfortunately. I mean, I just can't believe that he wasn't playing all over Donovan, the album from the late 60s. But this was the album that came out afterwards. And there's a video of him, if you looked at like Donovan documentary, it's about a 45-minute video of them not necessarily recording this album, but hanging out around and what they were up to at the time. So, yeah, that's a fantastic album. Highly recommend it.
Let's check that out. If I see a copy, I'll pick it up.
Still cheap, good.
Let me show. I think this is a 5-star for me. Scottish one.
Oh, yeah.
Close Lobsters. Oaksheads stock this land. I don't know if you all know it. Rob obviously does. Amazing jangle indie. Just brilliant. Super melodic. About 87, I think it is. A band from Paisley, not too far from me. Just a great album. Super catchy indie guitar, melodic stuff. Kind of question why they weren't a lot bigger than they were. Pretty underground, I think.
Yeah.
Not a band I was aware of until a couple of years ago. Totally unfamiliar with them until very recently, but this is top notch stuff. I've
Love
seen
the
it on
cover.
VC. Seen it on the VC a few times actually, guys. Oh, there you go, Rob. Cracking album, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Shout out from Richard. Richard's Vinyl Tap House as well. Brilliant.
Yeah, I've got it. I have that in a special box that I can get to it very easily.
A special box. I don't know if Vinyl Scavenger's asking me. It's not a Glasgow Rangers shirt. This is a Stormers from Cape Town, which is a kind of rugby team from down in Cape Town. I picked it up when I was down that way. My wife's from South Africa, so on holiday I like to pick up a few bits of memorabilia, I suppose. So it's not a Rangers top. Mersey Yanks asking if any guys, has no one got any punk rock albums to show?
Does anyone know this one? This is Australian. Is this Australian, isn't it?
What is
You
it?
got me.
Summer Cats? No.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty
Looks
jangly. Good.
When's that from, Rob?
No. You.
Oh, yeah. Classic.
Nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Someone was talking about it. There's a guy in America, and he came to the UK and did quite a few videos going around to record shops in the UK. I can't stand people whose channels aren't the name. I can't stand them. You know, like Steve Whitty, I love his channel because it's Steve Whitty, isn't it? But all these other fucking idiots that come up with silly names.
All right. Yeah.
So this guy in America, if he was his name, if he were called John Smith or something, I'd be able to say John Smith, but I can't remember the name of his channel because he's got a stupid name. But he's a good guy and he shows some interesting stuff. And he showed this record. It made me want to listen to it. And then I found it at a record fair for a tenner, so I grabbed it. 2009 it is.
Right, Simon, what you got there?
Oh, that's a classic.
Oh, okay. Dreaming
Wow.
Super.
Came out last
I
year,
like that.
November. Yeah,
That's the best record of last year. That.
yeah, I think so.
I don't know. That's a great sleeve. I love that album cover.
It's, yeah. No one talks about it apart from maybe me and Rob, maybe. Not sure about anyone else, but yeah, it's like it's the next minute album. The Dream Spiders, Normal Town.
What style is it in, Simon?
Yeah, I don't know it, Simon.
It's indie, but it's very shoegazy.
I never realised that coming on one of these streaming conversations would cost me so much money.
Yeah.
You have to buy some of this.
Well, I'll show a 5-star album which had a big
Go on,
birthday this
Steve.
week.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it turned 60 on Wednesday.
Wow.
Yeah. No one's arguing there.
Yeah, my little mono copy. Tough as old nails. These original Beatles pressings.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And in my
I
view,
saw it.
it's their best album.
Mhm. Yep, probably agree.
There's a lot to choose from there.
Yep. Right, here's what going back
Here
to
we
the
go.
70s. Any thoughts on
Zuma.
Yeah, that's a good record.
That's
Yeah,
a good
that's
record.
good.
I've just got a copy of that.
Yeah, I like that.
it's one that I had on CD 30 years ago or whatever, but do you know what? I don't think it's got a bad song on it at all. Nothing. I think it's strong all the way through. You've got your big kind of classic epic Neil Young and Crazy Horse songs. There's beautiful melodic stuff as well. I don't know. Could be my favourite Neil Young.
Yeah.
It is a good record. That.
It's often
Yeah,
kind of
Cortez the Killer's on that, isn't it?
That's right,
Cortez
yeah.
the Killer.
Hmm.
Don't
Yeah,
Cry
this
No
yeah,
Tears.
classic.
Yeah, I'm giving it
Yeah.
5.
Make Me Big. I've got an absolute classic here.
Oh Jesus.
Make you big. Oh my god.
Heidi High.
What is it?
Good grief.
Butlins.
Butlins.
This is where I used to go when I was a kid. I always had a holiday
Yeah.
in Butlins when I was about
Yeah.
5 or 6.
It's
And-
like they made that.
Honestly, that is the future. Monorail.
Yeah.
There you go.
Where the hell was that?
Honestly. It's like something from a sci-fi film, isn't it? It's like Logan's Run.
I don't
Is
believe
that Bob
was ever
Regis?
Yeah.
Is that Bob
never
Regis
really-
film?
I loved it on one of them, me as well, but he's never frightened of it, like, falling from the sky. One of those crappy little sort of chairlift things.
Yeah.
You know them? What were the maintenance on them? You know what I mean?
Very
I
safety
played this,
first.
I played this and it's absolutely shocking, but I love the cover. So. Honestly, it's shocking.
I did a few Butlins holidays when I was young, but I don't remember those amazing attractions at all.
That's a great record, Simon.
Unbelievable.
Simon,
Yeah.
What's happening?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, the Beck.
It's got a new album coming out,
So
hasn't it?
versatile.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very
Yep.
Love Cycle. Great track.
Yeah.
Say Goodbye is such a wonderful song.
hmm
Yeah.
I was saying the other day, I can't remember who I was speaking to, but that's an absolute hole in my collection that I don't have that album on vinyl, and I must get it. I really love it so much.
It's very cheap at the moment. It's on sale on Amazon for about £18.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Got to do it.
Gordon. Gordon, make me big.
Yeah. He's
This is a
sort of
good one,
request
this.
to Nuffs or something. Oh my god. Oh,
Morning campers.
Someone said Heidi High. I thought, yeah, I've got that. There you go.
you've gone from Butlins to Maplins.
Yeah, I
So
know.
what's happening on that record then?
There's a
Paul
lot going on
Shane.
there.
Remember Paul Shane? He was the guy. You know,
Yeah.
Ted.
he's singing
Ted
"I
Bovis.
Believe" on here.
Ted,
Ted Bovis.
Tiptoe Through the Tulips.
Oh Jesus.
Obviously, the Heidi Eye things on here. There's a melody on here, John. Yeah, it's essential. This.
there's Ruth.
Yeah.
Is it Ruth Maddock?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ruth Maddock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of them have died now, haven't they? On there, I think most of them have. Sadly.
Essential.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. I liked Heidi Eye when was it on the TV? That was it, very early 80s when it
It was
started.
81.
Yeah. Was it Crofton? Who wrote it? Was it Crofton?
It was Crofton Perry,
Yeah.
Yeah, the people who wrote. What else did they write?
Dad's Army.
Are you being
He's great.
served? Did you write that as well?
He's
He's
great,
our hot
Steve.
mum.
Honestly, Steve's great for all these little tidbits,
Yeah,
isn't he?
I'm full of shit. Basically.
He's unbelievable, Steve. He knows everything.
Rob, I love how you've got those albums just at close quarters there.
I know it's considering none of my collections like in alphabetical order, everything's everywhere, and I can just
That's
grab
amazing.
stuff. It's a bit random that.
See, Gordon, he's got his Friday night records out. That's what he's got there.
Yeah,
Getting ready.
Heidi Eye and Butlins.
And Benny
18 copies of Zenyatta Mandata.
Yeah. I take it the
I'm
first
interested
track
in that.
must be. Yeah. First track must be Ruth Maddock doing the Bing Bong thing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Any Americans? I don't know if it made it over to America, did it? Heidi Eye. It's on BBC. It's on BBC. So.
Yeah. Yeah. I doubt that's made it to Australia, Brian. Sorry about that stuff there.
No, well,
No.
it has now in a sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine being at the pub on a Friday night and say, right, fellas, I'm going to go home and listen to some Butlins.
Yeah.
If you imagine you're in the pub on a Friday and a guy walks in with a bag of records and that's
Yeah.
what he pulls out of the bag of records.
That
You'd be
happens to.
Run.
That's the sort of thing that happens to Jack, innit? Someone will come up and give him a bag full of like first
Yeah.
pressings type
Listen.
records.
I think he's seriously robbing sheds now.
Yeah.
It does seem that way.
I'm not
Yeah.
so sure he's making deals with people. I think he's maybe casing them out.
Yeah.
Shed lifting. Do you know, I want to ask a question. This is based on one of Jack's videos. And I'm careful to ask it because I think it might shut the whole thing down. But before his shed video, he did a video about hip hop. And I was kind of joking with him, and he was joking with me about how he almost went into like negative viewership after posting a video about hip hop on the VC. But where's all the hip hop at in the VC? There's not too much hip hop flying around, is there?
No, there is
Why not?
No.
popular. I think.
People who like hip hop have got better things to do than sit on YouTube and show records.
Yeah, it's because we're all old white men. You see, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Oh, I hadn't noticed.
Well, looking at the demographics here, but we like our funk, we like our soul, we like our jazz. Be careful. What about the hip hop?
Do you want to see some hip hop records, Gordon?
Yeah. Come on, John.
Go on.
Yeah, I've got some hip hop.
I'm a big hip hop fan. We don't get to see too much of it. Flip disc. Where's the
Oh,
love
Gordon.
for electro?
I really like the early albums of Ice-T. And
Oh,
I suppose and
yes.
that's might be enough for me. And but I don't put them on the channel because I teach,
yeah.
I think I'm still separating the artist from the art a little bit in a sense there as well.
Yeah. I get you with stuff like that, but you're,
Yeah.
What about Tribe Called Quest and yeah, okay, Brian. Let's have a wee look, Simon. Let's see.
Full fat vinyl.
Full fat vinyl.
There's
24.
also 12-inch cuts on the album.
Yes, it's a comp. Nice. There you go. There's some. Yeah, look at that. Look at the collection.
Got everyone.
Yeah. Solid, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good one, that, isn't it?
Kind of
Yes,
golden
yeah.
age stuff there, eh?
Not
Mid-90s.
too expensive either. You can pick this up maybe up, I don't know, just £20 probably.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good.
Yeah. No, that's a really a good comp there.
I've just pulled out a few there. So yeah, a bit of Tribal
Oh,
Quest.
there it is. There's Quest. Yep.
All good.
Yeah.
And if you've got to have a favourite rapper, I don't know. Am I Rakim? Rakim?
I was listening to the Eric B. and Rakim, the 7-minute version from Colours of Paid in Full the other day.
Oh, that's
Unbelievable.
fantastic, yeah. Boogie Down Productions. Jurassic 5.
Cool. Is that
Sugar Hill
Jurassic
Gang?
5? Oh, Sugar Hill Gang. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I picked that one.
Cracking.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about there, Brian.
NWA.
Right, yes.
NWA from Steve.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
That's classic stuff.
Yeah, this was a HMV reissue. They did the run of them in different colours. So this is a red vinyl version.
Is that with Ice-T on vocals?
Yeah. It pretty much was like the supergroup of that whole thing. Ice-T,
Something
Dr.
else.
Dre.
He crops up on
Easy.
this one as well.
Yeah. You can't go wrong with those. You know what you're getting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at my local shop, Pete, the owner, he's brought loads in. He's got a load of 12-inch. He's got a row of 12 inches, which he's looked at. He can't be bothered to price them properly. So they're all £1 each, and they're just like 12 inches. And we got guys coming in, walking out with a couple £100 worth, just 12 inches, just to use as potential DJ stuff.
No punk. No one's shown any punk. I don't have any punk. I don't have any punk close to hand, but I was delighted to see all that hip hop flying there. That was really cool.
Well, a bit more.
And loads of 5-star
hip-hop.
albums, I would say. Well done, John. I'll maximise you.
Warren G.
Oh wow, how cool!
Regulate.
Yeah.
Eden.
Oh yeah, that's the one Jack's been shown a bit.
Yeah. Digital
Oh,
Underground.
cool. How good is that?
packets.
Yeah,
I've got a load of 12 inches, but they're all boxed away.
Yeah.
glorious.
Oh, good.
No, but I think it's a myth that
Glorious
this
stuff,
kind. It's like a myth. Oh, I'm going to talk about hip hop and no one's going to watch it. I think if you title your video negatively to start with, I think there's an audience for. I mean, John's proved that there's an audience for any rubbish.
There is a.
I think the
you
thing
would
is,
say
though,
there's an
the thing
audience
is
for
with-
anything.
The thing is with hip hop is that I've got quite a few hip hop records, but I'm not particularly confident talking about them, so I
No,
don't
exactly.
make videos.
Nah.
That's basically it. I know what I
Yeah.
like. I've got
Yeah.
lots of hip hop records that I like, but I'm just not confident talking about that in relation to any other stuff, So I don't bother.
I didn't think you bothered, John. You managed to talk about reggae. You don't seem to,
Yeah, I just make shit up, Rob. That's what I do.
Well, yeah, I was watching your recent video and I was thinking that.
Yeah, I do. I get so many comments saying, "Yeah, good video, John," but what you said there wasn't actually right.
I enjoyed that one today. It was a good one. That.
What the
For the guy who's missing punk, I'll show a punk EP.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That Steve.
That's a good one, Steve.
Yeah, I remember buying it because it cost 50 pence more than the normal single because it was an EP.
Oh, cracking.
Cool cover.
Yeah, I've got a T-shirt of the cover.
Love it.
Nice one. You're getting a thank you as well. All right, so we've covered quite a lot of ground there, Simon. Oh, Simon's got one.
Yeah, that's a.
Blink-182, End of the State. Price $12.99 years ago. Probably worth that now.
Get the mad discount.
Think of your Phantom jacket as well. Which is
All right.
brilliant for that album.
Love the cover.
Yeah. Don't know what it cost now, 3 years ago.
Nice ones.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I've got that. That's the classic, isn't it? That one.
Don't know it.
I've got some addicts.
Buzzcocks.
Yeah,
Yes, I do.
yeah, classic. Another Manchester band.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Have you got your fantasy team sorted out? Are you confident for the season, Steve, or what? Are you going to push me all the way this time?
Yeah, because it sort of dropped off in the middle of the season. I did well at the start, and
Yeah.
in a way, I mirrored Walsall. Good start.
Yeah,
good
it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah.
Where did you end up finishing in the end? What was your overall
Six,
finish?
I think. 6.
No, I mean in the world.
Oh, in the world. Oh. I suspect Donald Trump beat me. I don't know. I only looked at the VC league. I wasn't too
Right.
bothered about the world.
Yeah, I was trying to win the world, but I just missed out.
Is this only the second time that there's been a VC fantasy league?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
was
No,
it
it's
quite a close run thing last year?
No,
No.
it was easy, wasn't it?
Rob walked it.
You did, aye. We need to
Right
get
then,
more
chaps.
people involved.
I'm off to bed, so nice speaking to you all. I'll leave you to it.
Hey, John.
Yeah,
See you, John.
See you later, John.
John's going now. We're talking about fantasy.
Cheers,
See
John.
you
Thanks
later.
very much.
Cheers,
Hey,
guys.
John.
Cheers.
Let me see. Right, now Simon is he's not there now. Has anyone else got any more albums, any more records you want to show?
Just one more, because I'd love to get your opinion on this, because it's one of my favorite albums, and yet it cops so much flack, this album. This was 1978, where the Remaining Doors went into the studio to put music to Morrison's poetry, which he did towards the end of his life. I love it. I picked this up when I was about 16 or so, and it was just everything you could ever want for a person who's obsessed by the Doors and Jim Morrison. There's a beautiful booklet in there with all the lyrics and his own artwork. A lot of people say that it's like cocktail music to Jim Morrison's poetry, but that's what Paul Rothschild said about Riders on the Storm, and I think it's Rothfield. What's his name? Paul Rothschild.
Yeah.
I think this is an incredible album. So, has anybody else heard it or got an opinion on it?
I've not heard that.
I think I have heard it and I like it.
I have, yeah. It takes a couple of listens.
Yeah. I was so obsessed with the Doors and Jim Morrison when it came out. It was like, seemed so rebellious at the time that I just had to have him on my headphones constantly. And
Brian, have you got Full Circle, the album that they did once?
I
after
did.
Jim had died? What do you
I
think of that?
did. So they did Other Voices first, which I thought was a pretty good album. And then Full Circle, I didn't get into that, although I think the song Verdilac from Full Circle is one of the great songs and could be a Doors song so easily with Jim Morrison.
I really like it. I really like it. I think a lot of the music there's you could imagine it on Ellie Women.
Right, yeah.
Almost imagine Jim Morrison's vocals, but obviously they're not there. But musically, I think it's really strong.
Yeah, very hard to follow, keep going without Jim Morrison. I went and saw. Did anybody else see the Doors of the 21st Century with Ian Astbury from the Cult on vocals?
No, I didn't.
It was probably the best concert I've ever been to in my life. I mean, I was front and center, and really, you close your eyes and it just sounded like Jim Morrison. He did such a brilliant job. John Densmore wasn't there on drums, but Robbie Krieger was there and Ray Manzarek was there. So that was a fantastic gig, I'd have to say.
Didn't John Densmore just release an album? What was it? Who was he with? He's a rapper. Came out round about Record Store Day time this year.
I can't remember.
It was like someone like Chuck D. Oh, man. I can't remember who it was, but it was a rapper with John Densmore.
Fantastic drummer.
Imagine. Yeah, brilliant. Mm-hmm. Has anyone else got anything they want to show?
No, I think I'm done with the showing.
Yeah.
You're all spent. That's cool. Shall we go? Right. What I did last time, Rob, I don't know if you remember. You will remember. It was only a week ago. We finished off with a penalty shootout.
Oh, yeah.
So basically, guys, I hope you're up for this. I asked, just imagine like a penalty shootout in football. You get five questions, okay? Each question is just it's a number, so you basically guess the number, and nearest to the number wins. So if I ask the 5 questions, just imagine it like a kind of sudden death playoff kind of shootout thing. They're loosely based on sport and music. There's no prize. Right now, Rob Walker is the penalty king, so don't know if anybody's going to knock him off his pedestal tonight. But I've got 5 questions. Hope Simon, please take part in this. I'll hear what you've got to say.
Okay.
Just to finish us off. So it doesn't matter who shouts out the first answer. The first question, is to do with the Commonwealth Games. So sport, Commonwealth Games recently finished, held in Glasgow. The athletes arrived. They came home safely, apart from a few guys that have disappeared in Glasgow at the moment. Hope they're okay. So here's the question. The winning team was Australia. Australia absolutely romped the Commonwealth Games. But how many gold medals did they actually win?
62.
Brian, go for 62. Any
72.
Steve, 72.
50.
What do you think? 50? Simon, shout out a number. Sorry, 55?
55.
Right. So the answer was actually 70.
Oh.
Australia won 70 golds. So Steve Whitty, you've scored that penalty there. Well done.
Oh, thank you.
And by the way, second to Australia was England with 29. So quite a gap there.
Definitely.
Right. Second question is to do with that album Be Here Now that Rob was talking about in his video. So Be Here Now, which was a 5-star album according to a lot of critics when it came out. But I wanted to ask you, when did it come out? What's the release date of Oasis's album Be Here Now?
Well, it's August
23rd of August.
What year, Rob?
23rd of August.
Give me I need a year.
Oh, was it 97?
23rd of August, 97.
96 for me.
96 says Brian.
I would go for 20th of August 1997.
Simon,
August 97.
what is it? Sorry, Simon,
August 97.
you need to show me with your fingers. 10, 20,
23.
22nd.
23.
Right, the answer. This is incredible, guys. The answer was the 21st of August, 97. I think Steve was closest again. Is that right?
I said
what did you
20th.
say? You
20th.
said the 20. Wow. Steve Whitty. A second one for him. Okay, right. I wanted to ask you then, that album, I think John said he had it. I don't know if Simon, if you've actually got it. What is the median value on Discogs of Be Here Now, that UK first release? Right now on Discogs, if you wanted to buy it, came out on that date, but how much would you be paying on Discogs, a median for that original release? How much do you think?
I think it's 125, 130, something like that.
Give me a number, Simon.
So 1, 2, 5.
125. Good.
112.
112. Steve or Rob?
I'll go 150.
150.
I'll go 155.
Whoa. So the answer is, I checked it earlier on, it's £130.86 for
Steve,
that.
yeah.
That's Simon.
Oh,
Simon got it. He said 125, so it's 2-1. A couple of questions left. Well done. Let me see. Steve, this was kind of inspired by your football team. So last night, Walsall got a good victory in the League Cup. They beat Bristol City 1-0 over at Bristol. But the question is, what was the attendance at that game? I'm just looking for a number. So Brian in Australia, Bristol City versus Walsall, Steve's team, played last night.
8,042.
Oh, great guess. 8,042. Good shout.
I'll go 7,500, 7,500.
Okay.
I know how many came from Walsall.
I'll say 5,500.
5.5 for Rob. Simon, I need to see your fingers here, probably.
15.
15,000.
Yeah.
Wow. Actually, Brian, you've got it. You were closest. It was 9,992.
Wow.
What can I tell you?
600 were from Walsall.
That's not bad, that, Steve.
We're
taking 2,000 to Stoke tomorrow.
Is that the League Cup as well?
Yeah, we're playing Stoke tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Instead of having league matches to open the season, they're having the first round of the League Cup.
Yeah.
Okay. So far we've got one question left. Simon's on 2, Steve's on 1, Brian's on 1.
Oh, Steve, we're on 2.
I thought,
Oh, wow.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm on
Steve's
2.
on 2. Yeah, Steve's on 2. Simon and Brian are on
Steve's
1.
1, Annie.
Right. So it's an attendance question again. Brian, your baseball team, it's the San Francisco Giants. So my question is dead easy. They play at Oracle Park now, don't they?
Yes.
Oracle Park. What is the capacity at Oracle Park in San Francisco?
I'll go last.
Yeah, okay, you go last, Brian.
I've no idea. I'm going to say 72,000.
I'll go 65,000.
65, 72. 50. Going down the way. 72, 60, 50. Brian?
Look, I will go 44,000.
It's 41,000.
Wow.
I knew it was early 40s.
It's a playoff then between
Oh, man.
Brian
Right,
and
okay.
Steve.
Right, it's a playoff here, right? This is a sudden death playoff.
Do you know at our ballpark, it's based on the amount of tickets sold, not the amount of people who turn up. So you can have empty seats, and they'll still say it's 41,000 or so because the
right.
tickets are sold.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
all right, Steve.
Okay.
Best of luck, buddy.
Right, guys.
Yeah, and you, yeah.
Sudden death playoff, right? So go back to Rob and Oldham and then Spiral Carpets. That album that I showed earlier on, Life, their debut album, Spiral Carpets' debut album came out. I'll not say when it came out because I'm going to ask you that's the question. What was that amazing debut album by the Spiral Carpets? But when was it released?
I have zero idea.
Yeah.
1992.
I will go 1991.
No.
That well, it came out in the 20. Rob, do you want to shout it out?
Is it July 1990?
Close. Simon?
I would have said
Close.
1990.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what month. I don't know, February.
Yeah. Well, close. It was the 23rd of April 1990. So, Steve, you were closest to there. Congratulations, mate.
Hang on,
Bravo,
Jude Bellingham.
bravo.
Thank you.
That's cool. Cool. Guys, thank you very much. That was fun. Good fun getting you all here from different locations. Really appreciate you getting involved.
Cheers,
Thank
God.
All right.
Thank you,
been-
Gordon.
So,
It's been an absolute blast. Thanks for putting it together, and so wonderful to meet all of you guys. It's brilliant.
Yeah, same, Brian.
Yeah.
Have a
Thanks.
have a good Saturday, Brian.
Yeah,
Yes. The sun's now up. It's about what it would have been now, almost 9 o'clock in the morning. So
Yeah.
we'll go out and get some of this sun into me.
Nice
we're all
one.
off to the, we're all
Still
off to the
freezing at
next
about 14 degrees though. Don't worry.
Right.
Right, guys, well, enjoy the rest of your night or your day, depending on where you are. Take it easy, and we'll hopefully see you again sometime. Cheers again.
See you later.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers.
later.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.